there. I had it turned off because we were saying some stuff on the last show with Thomas that would definitely get us a strike and probably ban from YouTube about the medical stuff. So we had to cancel that. And I just saw that I remember to tune it on. So we may be coming on to YouTube right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Rumble, Rockfin, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, X. We're everywhere we can be. Trying to spread the word here now. Since Simon's not with us, he wanted me to play this as his intro. And then I will get to all the news for you. And I do think I figured out how to make a lot smoother transitions than I've been having. The transitions have been terrible, but I think I may have figured it out. So here is General Douglas MacArthur, I shall return.
I landed on your soil. I said to the people of the Philippines whence I came, I shall return. Tonight, I repeat those words. I shall return. Nothing is more certain than the ultimate reconquest and liberation from the enemy of foes and its.
So that is a message from Simon. He shall return. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get right into the news. A lot of Trump news today, but let's get to Kamala first. Wall Street Journal tells us, let's take a look at this. Wall Street Journal tells us economists say inflation deficits will be higher under Trump than Harris. Do we trust these economists? I don't know. It's pretty bad under Trump as well, with over $8 trillion printed there for old Trump. So let's not act like he can do no wrong. And I like the theory of it would be better actually if Trump lost, because then the conservative Republicans, whatever you want to call it, right-wing populists, whatever you want to call them, independents even, they would not go to sleep for 8 years or another 4 years. If Trump wins all of the, quote, pushback against the tyranny, a large majority of it's going to go back to sleep. Okay? Know that. We just saw it happen with the Tea Party in 2016. Trump got elected, right-wing populists supposedly. All opposition, all criticism of him dies from that side. And then you get just insanity from the, quote, left-wingers, from the Democrats, just constant hoaxes, nonsense. And so a bunch of that was BS, but he was doing a bunch of bad, wrong stuff. But all that gets just blind eye turned to it because of all this nonsense. And so it does look like just a giant circus sideshow. Professional wrestling, man, honestly. Never forget, the government wins every election. Let's take a look at the national debt clock for those that forgot. I mean, this thing, it is unsustainable. When it will all wind without massive reforms to government spending is anybody's guess, but there will be some type of triggering event, a black swan event, it's called, that can cause this whole thing to come down. The rest of the world, 85% of the world's population, has said, we're done with you, America. We're just trying to figure out the best way to get out of this alive. And so all of that's unwinding. The BRICS economic bloc is forming. As we continue to report here on Weaponized News, China and Russia are like joining at the hip economically, militarily, doing a lot of different partnership deals. And it's not looking good for us with our just total jerk assholes. I don't even know what, excuse my French, but just horrible leadership here in the United States that's got to go. And will Trump be any better? I don't know. I have my doubts. Call me a cynic. But here's the debt clock. I mean, look at it. Right here, national debt just ticking away, man. 35.7 trillion. And the numbers are just moving faster than you can even see there. as we go through all this debt and the federal government spending, off the charts. Okay, let's go to Kamala now. I mean, it's discrimination in your face. I don't care how you slice it. Kamala Walz campaign of a division, discrimination. Am I mad at blacks because of this? No, I'm mad at the Kamala campaign for even proposing such a thing. Obviously meant to divide us, to discriminate against us. Kamala Harris's opportunity agenda for black men will provide 1 million fully forgivable loans to black entrepreneurs and others to start or grow a business in their community. So why don't you just call it a grant? Forgivable loans, right? Legalize marijuana. Kamala Harris will legalize recreational marijuana, breaking down unjust barriers that hold black men and other Americans back and make sure black Americans have opportunities to succeed as the marketplace takes shape. Well, isn't this mocking of blacks? Oh, black men, you're all a bunch of marijuana heads, a bunch of pot heads. That's what she's implying here. After she threw a bunch of blacks in jail here as Attorney General of California, and literally just laughs her at. We have a 10-hour video. It is on a loop, but I mean, if you really want to be annoyed and punch your computer screen, you can go to Weaponized News Rumble channel and just search Kamala Harris 10 hours of laughter, and you can find that video. It's just, this is right from her campaign, her own official account. It's just in your face absurdity. We'll get to that. Some of the black community's reaction. Here it is again. Harris-Walz policy. Kamala Harris will create an opportunity agenda for black men, provide 1 million loans. 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Support educational training and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. That doesn't even sound right. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them, I guess, cryptocurrency investments know their money safe. The government can't and won't keep your money safe, no matter what color skin you have. Launch a national health initiative focused on the illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. Well, she's full on eugenics policies, so black men should point that out first and foremost. Legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. Why single out black men? Can it be all Americans? No. Okay. So clear discrimination there. Truly disgusting, despicable pandering to the black community. We'll have the reaction after this video. Well, now she's pandering once again, pushing reparations. We saw it here in California, black community. They're literally lying to your face. Democrats did here. They never meant to give you any money for reparations for slavery. They're literally using it as a tool to get your vote and then laugh in your face. They're pushing eugenics, which should really piss you off. But I'm a white man over here, more pissed off than any blacks I've ever seen about it. Maybe one or two here or there on the internet. Explain that to me. I don't know. This is Kamala Harris pandering for the black vote, saying you're never getting reparations. But let's take a listen to what this clown world has to say.
My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs. It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century, with very little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point. So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother, worked hard, raised me and my sister. And by the time I was in high school, she was able.
This government is never giving you any money. They're not giving you reparations. Here is a mashup of some blacks telling Obama, after he's been stumping for Kamala, their thoughts and feelings about him. Dear Barack Obama.
Hey, Barack Obama, as a black man, this must be sad, man. Fuck you, fuck Kamala Harris, and fuck the Democratic Party. We vote for Trump, bruh.
This message is for Barack. Ain't never did a fuck ass thing for niggas in the 8 years he was in the White House ever. Obama. Keep black men's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Man, if you want to sit your biscuit head ass down somewhere, goofy looking motherfucker, like Slender Man looking motherfucking ass, like anybody trying to listen to you, bro? You didn't get the memo? The community ain't fucking with you, dog. We ain't fucking with you. We ain't got 2 words for you. Yes, we do. Hi and bye. We are not fucking with you, B.O.
So they sent Obama to come get us and bring us back to the Democratic plantation. They sent Obama back to come get us. He insulted us. He said, I was highly offended when he said the only reason we voting for Donald Trump is because we don't want a woman in president, so we come up with, yo, nigga, shut up. Shut up.
Democrats then unleashed Barack Obama into the wild to shame us black men for not supporting Kamala Harris, despite the fact that she's yet to unveil any policies that represent our interests. Why is it okay for Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and all these other people that supposedly look like me, why is it okay for them to get on TV and shame me for not voting for them simply because they look like me? That shit is racist, brother.
Barack Hussein Obama, the audacity of you to say to us that we are required and we better vote for Kamala Harris and that we don't want to see a woman in a position of power. You're a liar.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it. And she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for.
You all brought up Barack Obama to try to get us black men back to the demonic Democratic Party, behalf of all the men who are educated, who have learned their lesson, and was burned by the Democratic Party. We want nothing to do with the Democratic Party. We stand with Donald J. Trump.
I don't know. That's a mashup. It is pandering, sick, and I agree. They politicize everything, not just Kamala, but everything. The media politicizes everything, and it literally ruined our life. Like, you can't escape it, right? Sports, entertainment, anything you want a little escape. I'm working hard, whatever. Let me just escape for a little bit out of the real world. Have some suspended disbelief at a film, right? You can't do any of it. Watch a football game, baseball game, whatever, just to try to forget about life for a minute and be entertained. No, everything's politicized to the max. It's just they've ruined all fun, they've just ruined life, a large part of it with the it just it turns me off personally of a lot of this stuff, man. Where you just want a safe and easy escape. Okay, so we covered that. We got Trump. Trump was out today. It looks by most accounts, Trump. This is Zero Hedge headline: Trump destroys Bloomberg editor-in-chief. Receives standing ovation in Chicago. Trump was at the the Economic Club of Chicago. Let's watch a couple clips of this from today.
How about this? Gavin Newsom, he's the governor of California.
Newsom.
He signed Newsom, I call him.
But do you think?
No, he corrected me. He corrected me. I said, that's the first time I've been corrected.
There are CEOs out here. If they said those sort of things about a rival CEO, they'd be sacked. Do you think it's fine for a president?
But they don't have to survive like me. They don't have to go through what I have to go through. There has never been a president that's been treated like me, so I have to fight my own way.
Well, you made a very good job of.
He signed a bill in California 2 days ago that you don't even have the right to ask a person for voter ID. And if you ask a person for voter ID, of course you have to show voter ID. The only reason you wouldn't do it because they want to cheat. The bill says you cannot, it's against the law for you to ask a person, may I please see your voter ID when he votes? What is our country coming to?
Now, see, I agree with Trump. There's never been a president treated like him. But then it makes me think, isn't it all fake? Isn't it all just professional wrestling? And he's playing his part. And I can't get over Operation Warp Speed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, MAGA. I just cannot get over it. And until Trump fully acknowledges everything, and he's had plenty of opportunities. He's had opportunities where they've given him a layup. They've given him slam dunks. And he has turned them down from Fauci, from Birx, and others, where he could have put it all on them, and he didn't. And so until we get some reckoning about Operation Warp Speed, I'm sorry, I just cannot. I can't trust Trump, and that's where I'm at. I don't trust any of the government. None of them. Zero down to your nobody. Because why do you even still work for the government after how despicable, tyrannical maniacs the company, we'll just call it a company, the government you work for, how do you sleep at night? Another clip from Trump today. Let's take a look here.
President Trump, the issue the markets are looking at the fact you are making all these promises. Latest one was car loans. You're flooding the thing with giving giveaways.
But we're going to grow.
I was actually quite kind to you. I used 7 trillion. The upper estimate is 15 trillion. People like the Wall Street Journal, who's hardly a communist organization,
but you don't know.
They have criticized you on this as well. You are running up enormous debts.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong about it.
You're trying to turn this. You've
been wrong about it.
No, you're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people.
But you're wrong. You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this stuff.
I do like that Trump calls out the media. And, man, I want to like him. You know what I mean? I want to like him, but it's just that Operation Warp Speed, man. I'm telling you. Okay, here Trump was on with Glenn Beck. Take a listen to this. He says, unknown group of individuals, I think we know who it is, at various levels of Washington, D.C. has seized total control of the executive branch of the U.S. government.
Actually,
you could say that ever since when did they assassinate Kennedy? 1963, if I'm not mistaken. So you could say ever since the assassination of Kennedy, this has been true, and even before then. But let's hear Trump today or yesterday with Glenn Beck.
Who's actually the president, Mr. President?
Well, I think it's a committee of people, and they might not even know who the committee is. They may not even know themselves. Does that make sense? It's a group of people that are in different levels of D.C., and they surround a man that was not the most capable person. By the way, never was.
Right.
But certainly not anymore.
Yeah.
And she's worse than he is. She's worse than he is. And the difference is she was a believer. You know, she was a believer for a long time. She was a Marxist
right.
for a long time. She's further left than Bernie. You've heard that many times.
Yeah.
You talk about it. But she's further left than Pocahontas, okay? Pocahontas is probably further left than Bernie, I think. I don't know how you rate him. I'd have to go by your scale. I believe in your scale maybe more than mine. You know better. But if you think about it, you know, we have some people, and she is considered the most left in the entire Senate, and not.
Is Trump really president when he's president? Trump says he will, back to the Economic Club of Chicago, Trump says he will put 100% tariffs on countries abandoning the U.S. dollar as world reserve currency. We'll start a world war over it before it's all said and done. The bankers will.
If a country tells me, sir, we like you very much, but we're going to no longer adhere to being in the reserve currency. We're not going to salute the dollar anymore. I'll say, that's okay. And you're going to pay a 100% tariff on everything you sell into the United States. And we love your product. I hope you sell a lot of it into the United States, but you're going to pay 100% tariff. He will then follow it up by saying, sir, it would be an honor to stay with the reserve currency. That will be like just playing. That's not even chess, that's checkers. But you don't have other, listen to this, you don't have other people that can talk that way.
Is that going to work? I don't know. Poly Markets is responding. Supposedly the new narrative out there, or what I hear, is that Trump's taking the lead now in the polls. The polls are garbage. We should have known that a long time. But here's Poly Markets, and these are the betting markets. And Trump's up big here, big upswing for him and a big downswing, obviously, for Harris. Trump at 57.7% and Harris at 41.9% in the betting markets there. We're about 3 weeks out from the most important election. It's not the most. If Trump doesn't win, the country's not over. I'm sorry, conservatives. I'm sorry. If we're saying that our whole country relies on the election of one man, the country's over already. Okay, and much evidence suggests it is already over again. Here's CBS saying election results could take days. California took like 30 days to count the mail-in ballots to get the results they wanted here last election. And so why not have a national election? Why not take a year? Hell, with all the technology we have, just take a year. Might as well. Let's watch this short report, CBS News.
other results at another time. Could you just talk generally about how we should see the count unfold at that state level?
Right. We might think we knew the results of elections a lot sooner in previous elections. We really didn't. It was just the margins were so large that we were able to call.
Sorry, I had to mute on there, but you got the gist of it. Continuing, yeah, California took like 30 days, man. And so, yeah, let's just take 30 days and we'll find a winner somehow, some way. And the government will win. Make no mistake about that. Enough of Trump at the Economic Club of Chicago. He did well there. I mean, the crowd was on his side. I want to like him, but I just can't, like I said, get over Operation Warp Speed. Live commercial break. Everybody go to weaponizednews.com/shop. Get some merchandise over there. These stickers. Put it on your laptop, bumper, your guitar. We have some other items in the store. Everybody go to weaponizednews.com. You can see the free documentaries here that we've been working hard on over the last couple months. The new world order from a Chinese and Russian perspective. Blinken's farewell letter, published in Foreign Affairs magazine last week, a deep dive on that. And so a lot of background about the multipolar world we're fast becoming on weaponizednews.com. Deep dive into history, into geopolitics, into the one world government agenda right here on weaponizednews.com. Give us a donation if you can afford it. PayPal donations there. Go to our store, or in the description of every live stream, you can find Cash App link. You can find Buy Me a Coffee link and our Bitcoin address, wallet address right there to help us out. And we do appreciate everyone that is a subscriber and that does help us out. We really love you and appreciate it. Thank you very much. But we need a lot more to make this a full-time sustainable venture, let's just say. And as you know, we've been working our butt off to bring you all of this news. And we do miss Simon's unique perspective. And as I mentioned earlier, hopefully we can have him back tomorrow on the show if we can get the signals up and running. Okay, continuing here. Our friends, the World Economic Forum, total fascism, public-private partnerships, where they're concerned about stakeholder outcomes. And it's fascism is essentially what it is, a technocratic scientific dictatorship, technocracy, some have called it. And so that's what we're facing here. And so they're doing their prep meeting, the Global Futures Council, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, the 15th through the 17th, in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. And so we do appreciate that from these tyrannical maniacs, villains out of a cartoon. And they're there deciding how we're going to own nothing and be happy, according to them. Doesn't sound very happy. And right here, let me just blast through a couple of these. This is their these are some highlights, some bullet points they put out. I'll put it up on the screen for everybody to see. This is their X account. They say globalization can spread wealth around the world. Now it can save the planet from the climate crisis. Largely engineered, but they never talk about their weaponizing the weather. The contributions of AI to productivity growth will rely on three key factors: how to ensure global development, quantum-enabled technologies evolve. The world is facing challenges leading to restrictions on trade and scientific collaboration. And of course, they're the ones causing these restrictions. Demographic shifts, how to steer towards economic growth. And that's just a few of the highlights. Here is their, and see, they're the good guys. We bring together government, businesses, and civil society to improve the state of the world. total fascists, scientific dictators. They're the good guys, though. Let me tell you. Why caring about the economy is key to growth and well-being. See, they're well-meaning, benevolent, and they care. And if you don't like it, go to your pod, 15-minute city prison, or be summarily executed by a drone. Think it's a joke? It's coming quicker than we all realize. Globalization isn't finished. It can unlock new growth and beat the climate crisis. Some highlights, and we'll bring you some more as that meeting develops. A prep meeting for Davos, annual meeting of Global Futures Councils. And so the economy is doing great. The Biden-Harris administration and all the lying government agencies reporting the economic data, from inflation to CPI to jobs numbers, all lies in our face. They don't care. They publish good numbers. They get the headlines, and then they revise the numbers back to where they're supposed to be. And even those numbers are a lie. Go to shadowstats.com to get the real numbers. But you can see it in the real economy. Of course, the stock market record high. That's a bubble. That's going to burst at some point. But stock markets, all the stock indices, record high for the Democrats right before the election. They're pumping that. But in the real economy, back here on the street, 7-Eleven to close more than 400 stores. Next one, Walgreens. Walgreens has just announced they will close another 1,200 stores, or 14% of U.S. locations. And this is even after the big pumping that they got from the medical intervention. And they're still forced to close in this economy. Hardware wholesaler True Value files for bankruptcy. Plans sale to rival. The economy is awesome, let me tell you. Record high stock market as your Main Street retailers here are going out of business. But the economic data is awesome, let me tell you, even though they revise it down after the headline. You know who the economy is awesome for? The military-industrial complex. The U.S. Defense Department and Homeland Security departments have paid $700 million for AI projects since ChatGPT's launch. And so all in hopes of enslaving us into a scientific dictatorship. Hey, Skynet Terminator was a documentary, and we're seeing signs of it being rolled out everywhere here now. Imagine fully autonomous, weaponized drones taking the human consciousness and human decision-making fully out of the equation. If they don't already have them, they're coming soon. I'm sure they already have them, but they haven't been released yet to the battlefield. It's coming. It's coming. Continuing here. This is a sad story about the economy. Man who accidentally sent $527 million worth of Bitcoins to the dump sues local council to retrieve them. And so this guy accidentally, I don't know how you accidentally throw away your hard drive with this much Bitcoin on it, but supposedly in 2013, Howells accidentally threw away his hard drive Bitcoin stash that he had mined in 2009, worth around $1 million at the time, but which now would be worth over $520 million. I don't know how you accidentally do that. And so he's suing to try to get access to the dump to dig up his hard drive, if he could ever find it, if this story is even believable. Okay, continuing here. Where are we at? medical news I can't even report on because we're on YouTube, or we're on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. We can't tell you about that stuff because we will be strucken. Okay, here's some good reporting out of Gallup polls. Americans' trust in media remains at trend low. And so why wouldn't you trust lying criminals? I don't know. Has America finally woken up? I doubt it. But Americans' trust in mass media, put up this chart for you. You can take a look. 1972 to 2024, it should be at zero. Should have been at zero the whole time. They started at zero, right? None at all. And you can see here the trends. It's going down. Actually, 1976, the year I was born, a great deal. 72% trust. Idiots. They've been lying the whole time, man. Mockingbird Media. Heard of it? It's going on today. They repealed the Smith-Mundt Act under the Obama administration. It's now fully legal to propagandize the domestic population of the United States. They've always been doing it, but they just, for some reason, decide to rub it in our face even more. Part of the demoralization, humiliation ritual that they're continually running against us here now. And so you can see right there, we need this number at zero. We need it in the negatives, actually. Openly shaming anyone in the mainstream corporate CIA, Mockingbird Media. Anytime you see them in public, just shame them. Tell them they're a piece of crap to their face, because they are lying criminals. Partisan trust. It don't matter. You think your guys are telling you the truth? Republican, conservative media. You can see the Republicans seem a little smarter, according to this poll, 12%. You got Democrats up here, 54%, and then independents, 27%. All of these for a great, strong America should be at zero. We need full media reform until they can be trusted. And they're supposed to speak truth to power, hold the powerful accountable, be the fourth branch of government, the fourth estate. All this type of trust has been put into the media. And they've totally blown just never-ending lies and propaganda to start wars, to cover up for crimes, cover up for the bankers. And so it's just, they are the cover-up arm, the PR, public relations arm, and propaganda arm of the government at this point, and not holding anyone in any position of power accountable for anything. They're literally covering up their crimes. And so we need these numbers at zero. Trust in mass media, overall, 31%. That's still way too high. Way too high, man. I guess some people, they're cucks. I don't know what. I get. They like being humiliated, lied to, abused. I don't. Okay. I don't like it. But apparently 31% of those polled do like it. And so there's some sick individuals out there that enjoy being abused. I'm not one of them. So we need these numbers at zero, because they've earned nothing but a zero trust rating, in my opinion. Or let's just be generous, 5%. All right, continuing here. What do we got left? We played a bunch of the Trump clips. Tomorrow, and we'll mention this again, but it is food is life, food is hope, food is health. World Food Day tomorrow. Let's talk about the genetically modified food, the industrialized farming, the pesticides, all destroying the food supply, making it unhealthy, poisonous, stripped of nutrients. So I'll have some more to say about this tomorrow on World Food Day. Where are we at here? We're almost wrapping up. We got through quite a bit, I think. Oh, we're on to the international section of the show. Aardvark's gone wild. 10 killed, 15 injured. Aardvark airstrikes in southern Lebanon. Here's a short clip of that. Not too gory.
يعطيكم العافية. جمعية الرسالة رميدية يا بيانا. هذا كله الدمار.
I mean, so what do we even say at this point? There's a million of these clips. The aardvarks are turning all Gaza, West Bank, Lebanon, turning it all into rubble. What do we even say at this point? For the Greater Aardvark Project. And so that's been admitted in their media. They have the patch on their military uniforms. Come on, man. They're killing these people, ethnic cleansing to get them off the land, leveling the whole place. They don't have any place to go back to. Committing genocide and war crimes, crimes against humanity in everybody's face. There's a million videos of it. They admit, as we continue to report on their social medias, bragging about it. I saw videos the other day going into South Lebanon now, into people's houses and just stealing everything. What do you call that? German financial or foreign minister justifies aardvark bombing of children and schools in Gaza. Germany forever on the wrong side of history. That's pretty funny. Let's watch this short clip. It's got subtitles.
Die Selbstverteidigung bedeutet natürlich, dass man Terroristen nicht nur angreift, sondern zerstört. Deswegen habe ich so klar und deutlich gemacht, wenn Hamas-Terroristen sich hinter Menschen, hinter Schulen verschanzen, dann bekommen wir in ganz schwierige Themenbereiche rein, aber wir ducken uns davor nicht weg. Deswegen habe ich vor den Vereinten Nationen deutlich gemacht, dann können auch zivile Orte ihren Schutzstatus verlieren, weil Terroristen das missbrauchen. Dazu steht Deutschland und das bedeutet für uns Sicherheit Israels.
That's right. Everybody that don't like a terrorist, the war on terror must continue here now. So the United States wrote, this is Blinken, Biden, and Austin, wrote a strongly worded letter to the aardvarks that if they don't stop killing everybody, essentially, because they need good PR for the election, right? They give them a 30-day warning letter, strongly worded letter, that they will cease military aid in 30 days if they don't allow humanitarian aid to get in. Well, people would starve to death in 30 days. We got numbers, eating. It's like all overrated stuff, right? And there's an election for Democrats to win, and aardvarks could give a damn about your letter. They've already made that more than self-evident. But trying to put some PR spin on it, Biden and the Democrats here. Thank you. I'm sure the victims of genocide feel great about that strongly worded letter you wrote. October 15th is the Festivus of Saint Teresa of Avila Day. And so I wanted to mention that. And also, that brings to mind, on the other side of the coin, the satanic calendar. The satanic calendar, for you dark occultists out there, I'm sure you already know you're celebrating. Going back 2 days to October 13th through October 30th is preparation for Hallows Eve or Halloween. And some of these rituals involve the abduction, holding, and ceremonial preparation of individuals for human sacrifice. And so we can look forward to those dark occult rituals being carried out 2 days ago to the 30th of October. And we look forward to Satanists' High Holy Day, where we'll see blood sacrifice, human sacrifice of any and all ages of male and female, and throw in the trans too. You got to be inclusive, right? And so we'll look forward to that on October 28th through the 30th as we prepare with abductions in preparation for the human sacrifices on the Satanists, dark occultists, high holy day, Halloween. Thank you very much. Continuing here. Simon wanted me to play you this. It is Hezbollah's deputy chief. I think this is like the third or fourth guy now, right? So we got 4 minutes of speech from him. It is translated into English. Let's take a listen to this, and then I think we're going to wrap up the show there.
All voices that are against unity in Lebanon, in order for these voices not to be able to speak. It is strong in its support that it has, and the support that it has from its people. It also is strong because it was built based on faith and on the hands of the great leader, Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah. God bless his soul. And here I would like to conclude with 3 main messages. First message to our fighters: you are the jewel of jihad, of struggle, and you are the slogan of dignity and pride. You are the faith, and you are also the hopes of a victory. Fight them, and God will defeat them with your hands, and he will make you victorious, and he will put ease in the hearts of people, of the faithful. You are the ones who hold the banner of the martyrs and the fighters and the prisoners and the injured, those who have sacrificed for the sake of this path. Our confidence in you is great, and we are with you, and we are behind you. The second message to the people of Lebanon: we are in one country, one nation. We have worked in the past together to build this country and to save this country. It is Israel that is stopping our life, all of us, with its continuous aggression. Your humanitarian support and solidarity and unity and national unity from all the sects and religious and factions and political factions. This will add to the cohesion and unity in order for us to build our political future together in a face and show and prove to the friends and the foe that we will be together, and no one should bargain and bet on the fact that they can use anything to make rifts between us. Hezbollah will remain, no matter what they say, what the foes say. But in any case, it is the front line that speaks and gives the results. The third message to our people: the people, our dear people who are displaced, who were hurt, who have sacrificed. We highly appreciate your sacrifices. Your sons are on the battlefield, and you are in displacement. By God, you are the most honorable and most proud and most great of people. We with you are on the same boat. We are one family, and we are one path and one line. Whatever hurts us hurts you. Whatever makes us happy makes you happy. We know that the sacrifice is great, but we also need to bear. We need to be patient, despite the circumstances today and the difficulties. But if people have a will for life, and destiny will show, and the shackles will be broken. We say that victory will be with patience. This requires patience. However, I promise you, I give you one promise, which our dear Sayyid, our leader, Secretary General Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, promised us. I promise you that you will return to your houses, that we will rebuild, and it will be much more beautiful than what it was before. And we have already prepared everything we need and the plan that we need, that after we are victorious, to begin work directly with all our friends. We will not leave you. We will not forsake you. And we know very well that you will not leave us and you will not forsake us. And the enemy will see the greatness of this resistance and with the great people. And
we're waiting to see What's Aardvark's retaliation going to be with Iran? Is that going to start this bigger regional war, potential world war? Let's pray for peace there and for it not to escalate. They're committing genocide. Stop killing people, man. Aardvarks, stop it. You killed enough terrorists, quote, terrorists already, to get even for October 7th. Even though we've went over, you stood down. You created Hamas in the first place. In large part, helped to create it. You carried out the Hannibal doctrine, killing your own people there. That's well documented. And so you've killed enough, quote, terrorists. Just end it now. But they won't, you see. They won't. Because they got bigger other plans than what they're publicly saying. And so shame on you, Christian Zionists. Shame on you, man. People make me sick. Let's pray that they will have some type of peace there, man. We need the killing to stop. Senseless killing. Unless you're for a greater Aardvark land project, then I guess it's the greatest thing ever. But it's turning large parts of the world against us here in the United States with our undying support of genocide and ethnic cleansing. Know that's the truth. And so it actually is in America's interest to have peace there. Let's go through here. That's funny. Glenn Beck is as phony as a $3 bill. I couldn't agree more there, Jeb, on the Rumble. Thank you for tuning in on Rumble. Thank you, KMP, Nexus 6. Thank you for tuning in. And Jeb, thank you for your comments there. That is funny. Yeah, I agree. Glenn Beck. I listen sometimes driving in the morning because it's like the only thing on, right? Or sports radio, whatever. And it's like the run one, he'll say, we need to save the blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing, support Aardvarks, give your money. I'm just like, wow, man. Couldn't be more hypocritical. Barry Dutton, there you go. Thank you for tuning in on Rumble, you guys. Thank you for chiming in the chat. Hello, Rockfin. No chat there. A few people tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Odyssey. There is there's Barry. Indeed. YouTube. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? We're trying to spread the word as far as we can here. And let's take a look at BitChute. What is going on the BitChute? Oh, a few people. Not many today. Thank you for tuning in live on the BitChute, on the YouTube. Is anybody even watching? Who knows? We're shadow banned, throttled, of course, on all your big tech. Anybody even tune in? Maybe not. Anyway, shout out to YouTube and shout out to our friends on Facebook. As always, everybody do your own research. Peace, love, and liberty. Speak out and take action. Have a great rest of your Tuesday evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at our regular time, hopefully, God willing, as they say, at 4 p.m. Pacific. And hopefully we can have Simon back on with a good signal, and he'll give us some reporting from Hurricane Milton fallout, and, of course, his regular geopolitical reporting that we all know and love. Here is from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting that's going on, SCO, and this is a special song to welcome guests for attending the 23rd SCO Summit to play us out. Everybody have a great evening. Thank you once again for joining Weaponized News on this special late edition broadcast.
अमन की राहों पे खुली हुई बाहों से अमन की राहों पे खुली हुई बाहों से हम सबका इस्तकबाल करते हैं खुशामदीद 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 खुशामदीद
रिश्ते बढ़ाने से देश देश खुशहाली आए साफ शफाफ माहौल रहे नगर नगर हरियाली छाए सब जिए और जीने दें ये रिवायत बनती जाए बात करें और बात सुने राब्तों में तेजी आए खुशामदीद 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 सबका ख्याल रखना है हमें ये कमाल करना है एक साथ रहना है और मिलकर आगे बढ़ना है सबका ख्याल रखना है हमें ये कमाल करना है एक साथ रहना है और शंघाई ताउन तंजीम की काउंसिल ऑफ हेड्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट के 23वें इजलास के तमाम शुरका को दिल की अथाह गहराइयों से पाकिस्तान